So, Monir, you wanted to have more of a policy view on this topic with talking about what can we do now.
Yeah, thank you so much, Stephanie. First of all, it's a pleasure to be joining my fellow panelists, and thanks to the organizers for having inviting me. And I and Maria, we both are working on the task force on digital transformation, which she is leading. I'll quickly touch base on three issues: why G20 is important and relevant in this discourse. Secondly, some of the gaps which already Sabina and Harold has highlighted, and some quick policy measures which we'll be recommending to the leaders when they meet in Italy in October. First of all, if you look at the G20, of course, 20 most powerful economies of the world, and this group alone represents more than 90% of global GDP, more than 80% of global trade, and more than 90% of e-commerce. And in this group, we have advanced economies like US and Japan, and we have some of the major developing economies like India and Indonesia. Now, having said that, some of the digital divide, which is yawning, the danger is during the transformation, if we don't consciously address this gap, then we might head towards a decade of social instability and economic disruption. Just quick numbers. Number one, if you look at now, within the developing economies, access to internet is only 35% for the population. If you compare it, 18% more for developed economies. And Sabina already alluded to the gender gap. I mean, for women globally, access to internet is 12% less compared to men. Then also you have child and youth, people below the age group of 25. And in the developing economies, it's only 13% compared to 80% plus for the developing economies. So we are dealing with a very abnormal situation. Having said that, what does the G20 have to do? No, there is not only gap within the G20, there's gap beyond G20. And what we would hope the leadership, when they're coming to meet in October, post-pandemic, one of the most important summits, one of the things would be to sort of shore up efforts to help developing economies sort of adopt the digital transformation in a manner that's sustainable, inclusive. And 2-3 sectors would be very important. As you know, in developing economies, public sector plays a huge role. Most of the jobs, goods and services, public sector, to help the public sector adopt the digital transformation. Second would be sustainability. We already have seen artificial intelligence is doing wonders in terms of tracking, responding to natural disaster, providing access to renewable energy, then energy efficiency system. Education is very important. Even as we speak, more than 2 billion school children don't have access to internet. So we need to upgrade the skill curricula. We need to make digital tools, digital literacy inclusive. And also job and employment, which already Sabina has highlighted, also as Harold. So I look forward to sharing more insight during the panel round. And I think that will be my more or less take in the first 3 minutes. I hope I'm within time, Steph.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant, and I like that you are coming with a clear plan of what to do in the autumn. I'm sure we can elaborate on that later.